Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank. Busey, your dream, our promise. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Wernette, and joining me now from Almost Home Kids are Lainey Grace and Sheila Gallagher. So welcome.
Thank you.
We're super excited to talk to you. You have an amazing mission, Sheila, and I'm just going to start right off and have you tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes, Almost Home Kids is a wonderful place. We have two main programs. We care for children who are very medically complex, so children who have tracheostomies, ventilators, things that help them to breathe, to eat. And our main program is our transitional care program, where children who are ready to leave the hospital but not quite ready to go home come to Almost Home Kids. We train the families so that they can go home and live in their communities, which is so important for children. And then we have a respite care program which helps to keep children at home in their communities by helping their families to give them a break if the family is going on vacation, if they have to do something with their home, take other children to college, then their children can come and stay with us for a short period of time. We'll care for them with our 24/7 nursing, and then they can go home again and again, be home with their families.
It really does embody, Lainey, doesn't it, the Almost Home Kids. I mean, it's all right there in the name.
It really is. It really is. We believe that all children should grow up in a home with their family, and so our mission is to make sure that that happens and really be as home-like as possible, so when they're away from home, they're experiencing what it is like to be in a home until they're in their own home.
Yeah, that's wonderful and so important to the health, right? I mean, we know that if you feel more at ease, that whole healing process,
yes,
you're not feeling stressed, that doesn't aggravate what you're dealing with.
Yep, and what we see is children in the hospital are there when they're sick, acutely unwell. When they come to us developmentally, we see them start to meet milestones that they haven't met so far. So children who are starting to sit up, who are starting to eat, starting to talk, starting to walk. And then when they go home, we see that change even more so because they are in the right place with their parents, with their families.
Yeah. Now, you, Almost Home Kids started in Naperville, right?
Yes.
But now, where are you currently located?
We're still in Naperville. We have one location in Naperville. We also have a second location in Chicago that opened in 2012. And we've just opened a third location down in Peoria. So our goal is to really be in the communities where we're needed, where families need us, so that families aren't having to travel far to see their children, to train on their care, that they're local, that they can be there with their families.
Yeah, and obviously very much located where major hospital places are, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Sheila, how did you get involved with Almost Home Kids?
I have lived in Naperville for 25 years. I was 12 years on home and school board and teaching religion, and my kids went off to college. I was looking for something to do, and literally Almost Home Kids is kitty corner across the street from my house. So I thought, I'm going to check it out. I walked in, and that was it. I was sold. It's an unbelievable place. You know, all you need to do is take a tour, and you're going to want to help out.
Yeah. Now, talk a little bit about what you're doing for them.
So I started out as a president board's council, and then they asked me last year, was my first year as a co-host along with Yanni Gordon. This year we are having a spring gala in early April, and it's called I'll Be There, a Motown Affair. It's going to be a blast. You're going to have a lot of time to dance to the moods. There's lots of silent auctions, raffle tickets, things like that, all to contribute to Almost Home Kids. So the most important part. So it's great. I've got so many people supporting me, and it's been a wonderful experience. So
now, a little birdie tells me you've got a lot of friends that have come along for the ride. Tell me about that.
I did not have to convince them, but I do have neighbors, 2 neighbors, a high school friend, a health club friend, and they all are very generously contributing their time. They've worked very hard. The Naperville community has really, I don't like asking people for money. I'm not comfortable with that, but you walk in and everyone wants to help. It's been terrific.
Well, and I think that speaks to the mission, right? I mean,
yes.
One's hope is that you never find yourself at your facility, but if you do, you can only imagine what's needed, and that's not inexpensive care. That's very expensive care. So you need that fundraising, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We do, especially the respite care is, that is not funded.
No,
No.
most children don't have funding for respite care, and so the families who desperately need those breaks don't always have access to it. And our goal is to provide respite care for any family that needs it without cost to them.
Yeah, that's a wonderful and a very lofty goal with the no cost, but I mean such a critical component.
Yes.
I think oftentimes, and we've heard from folks before about when your child is in that situation, how that impacts the whole family, right?
Yep, it really does. It impacts everything from work to school, the other children, everything that happens. When you take your child home from the hospital as a newborn, you expect to take them home with a diaper bag, and you don't expect to have ventilators and suction machines, all the other equipment as well. So just embracing the families and the children and making them so much part of the community and embracing the whole family makes such a difference, and it's a wonderful, wonderful mission.
Yeah, and that all-important break, then you can refuel,
Yes.
which we all need to do, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sure it means, and you've sort of said it, but I'll give you the opportunity to say some more, Lani, in terms of how that community support feels at Almost Home Kids.
Yeah, it's so appreciated. I mean, Naperville is really a community with a huge heart. We're embraced as part of this community, and it makes such a difference to us. We couldn't function without people like Sheila, without our volunteers who come and plant bulbs to bring spring into the garden, and the volunteers that read to the children, who play with the children. And the financial support is just so big because it allows us to have our programs that bring more to the children. So we have a child life specialist who helps the children develop as they should. We have physical therapy, we have speech therapy, lots of different programs that really help the children come along, and just having the community heart with us is huge. All the staff at Almost Home Kids appreciate it so much.
Yeah. Now, what is next? What's next for Almost Home Kids?
Well, our mission is really to take Almost Home Kids wherever it's needed. So we have an expansion team. We are taking our model out wherever it's needed. We're working with other children's hospitals in different parts of the country to bring this model to them, because we want children to be out of the hospital on their way home and really help those families to get those children home into their communities. So
It's a great goal, and I mean, I know we spoke with members of your organization, it seems like just a moment ago, when they were just thinking about Peoria, and here you are, you've already opened that up. So I have every confidence that we will continue to see that expansion in the years ahead.
yes, for sure.
So thank you so much. I wish you all the best of luck with the gala. I'm sure it's going to be terrific and a ton of fun.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yes, it will be.
If you would like to learn more about Almost Home Kids, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.